Hello, everybody, and welcome to Somebody's Heroes. We are back with the Chaosities, self-titled. I'm Eric, I'm the Dungeon Master, and we actually have started a segment recently, but we finally figured out a name for it. It's called Sauce's Friendship Question of the Day. Sauce, what is the friendship question of the day?
I'm going to be asking this as Jenna because Sauce voice is, a little bit of a experience for right now. So Sauce's friendship question of the day is, what type of snack would be lying on the road for your character to want to eat it? Like, what is their absolute favorite snack where they just wouldn't ask any types of questions and just put it right in the mouth?
And snack can be implied however your character would imply the word snack. So, we're going to start off, and the first person on deck is going to be Vulcan. Jojo, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Nice.
And then pass it on to the next.
Hello, friends. I'm Jojo. I am a cultural anthropologist, storytelling cultural anthropologist. I play Volcan Espiritu, the half-dwarf pugilist boxer. And you can catch me on socials under now Jojo Culturalist. New digs in the new year when you're listening to this. And as far as the snack that Volcan would pick up off the road or eat off the road, I want to say, like, in Dragon Age, they have, like, these little creatures called nugs. They look like little weasel pigs. All right? I want whatever kind of bacon they make. Like, if there's fantasy bacon, I think Volcan would really throw down for some fantasy bacon.
You and your freaking bacon.
Wow.
I
mean...
You and bacon.
Yeah, but like thick cut, like the good stuff. The good stuff.
The good stuff, yeah.
9-quarter thick cut.
Just in case you guys are having an issue hearing anybody, or if anyone sounds like they are sick, that is because this is the week we are recording this the week immediately after PAX Unplugged. So some of us are still down with the sickness.
That was Telissa.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best I
could do. That was the best I could do. Hi, I'm Katie. I play Jaden, a jelly-filled creature.
Like a donut?
Yeah, like a donut. There's more on the inside. Let's see. For Jaden, it's going to be odd. Stomach coming across a fully cooked, steaming hot whole chicken just in the middle of the road.
That's a vibe.
Stuffing included?
I mean, yeah, stuffing optional.
Gotta have that
Fancy
stuffing.
chicken.
The stuffing makes the bird.
Yeah.
It's what's inside.
Yeah,
What's inside that counts.
It's what's in.
Sparkles
It's
and glitter emojis.
You're right. You're right.
You know, also unlockable jaw, so like...
Nice.
You make this really friggin' hard.
Full send. Full send. I like it.
Incredible.
Take 5 minutes just to get through intros.
Yeah.
As we're all like wheezing.
It's perfectly fucking fine.
Speaking of those intros, I am Jenna Daggers, which is where you can find me on the internet. I'm a human/cryptid hybrid, especially
in real life.
But I will be playing Sauce, and so first off, Sauce would eat anything that is just tiny. So any type of like tiny little pastry she finds, she would eat. So, but if she had to like pick an actual thing, like a perfectly freshly baked little pastry tart that has happiness and warm fruit inside. Some sort of like fey berry tart. Yeah.
That tracks for her.
Mm-hmm. The most colorful thing she could find.
Of course.
Filled with glitter.
Yeah, exactly.
And sunshine.
Oh, there's no food that isn't glittery.
Exactly.
Okay, I am Colleen. I will be playing Telissa. So I think the first thing, as far as snack that Telissa would find irresistible, is like anything that looks like it's like stuffed. Because I think like growing up on the dig, she would like she would get used to like the like I don't know, pork buns or like handheld pies or stuff where it's like stuff you have a full meal, like Uncrustables or something like that. So I think she would be, if she saw something similar, like pocket shaped with stuffing on, and it looked flaky and warm. I think she would definitely be like, "Woo!" and just like swipe that up and try and eat it.
Anything portable and handheld, I love it. So she's a fan of Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
Hot Pockets, dumplings, dim sum, buns.
Yes.
Dim sum.
Some,
Yes.
you know what sounds so good? Like bao buns, you know, when they're
Exactly. Those sound so good right now.
Like, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
And I'm so
Those
sorry
are
if we're making
spicy
you
dumplings,
hungry,
so.
but I'm so sorry, listeners, but it had to be done.
I apologize for nothing.
Sorry, not sorry.
Uh-huh. Last but not least.
Alright, I'm Sprinkle. I'll be playing Conrad, the demon with daddy issues, needless to say. And honestly, the snack, and I'm going to call it a snack, but that's a loose term here, that Conrad would probably go with, is probably going to be a thick, juicy piece of meat on the side of the road. Being in the military, a snack would be the factor of that's what a piece of meat would be. They're used to MREs and all those other oddly, hardly tasteable things. So a snack would be meat.
So if there was a thick side of meat on the side.
Yep.
Ew!
Thick side of meat. He likes his meat. Thick and
Hey.
juicy.
All right, fantastic. I hope you guys are having fun so far. We are 7 minutes in. Hey,
We're doing great.
we are doing fantastic. It is fabulous. Let's keep on going. Last episode, you guys ran away from griffins, which Sauce was super happy to be away from because bird-like things with soulless eyeballs. And Vulcan realized he could portal punch.
Yeah, I can. I can punch so hard, I smack that fucking bird 30 feet away.
I punch so good.
It's like, I didn't know I could do that. That's dope. And you guys got into the city of Pyrrus. I think actually, Jojo, we're referring to it as a borough.
Yes, a burrow, because there are also other burrows. But yes.
So instead of city, it is the borough of Pyrrus. Within the kingdom of Castamar. However, you guys got in thanks to the fact that Jaden was wearing an armor that matched the guards on the outside of the city.
Coincidence.
And you guys get in. They have you guys load up on these flatbed trailers type things, like think of like a ferry. So you like load up onto this wheeled ferry like thing, and you're on a mine track, and it just once you guys are all loaded up, they jet right off and down deep into the mountain, and then you guys on the outside. You guys are spinning around on the tracks on the exterior of this large cavern as it grinds down and stops at the front of the city of Pyrrus. You guys got to see a full view of the city. It is a city shaped and utilizing the entirety of this cavern. In the middle, you see a very large, I'm going to say like 140-foot building that's still in construction. And it's got very Mesoamerican Chinese mixed with steampunk aesthetic, but it's still under construction. It's not fully finished, but just the architectural stuff you're seeing. And then the other buildings surrounding that you're seeing come up about 50, 60 feet, and they've got that similar aesthetic. But those ones are done. Those ones are finished. And you see on the outside, as you guys are going around, you see the residential district that has various types of... you see a couple of manors, you see a couple of, like, row house type stuff, and... along another side, you guys cross over a very large, like, bazaar market district type of deal with like giant 40-foot tall hanging lantern symbols that actually do illuminate and shed light down into the district. And then along the back side, you guys actually see what looks to be, in the middle of this district in the back, you see a giant brazier. It's like a 40 to 50 foot around bonfire that's just up about 20 feet. Not the fire, but the brazier. The sides of the brazier go up about 20 feet, and there's just this giant fire in the middle there. And this is the district that, Vulcan, you would know this to be the Kiln district. This is where Prometheus lives and the other Clinkin. But that fire is a sacred place for them. It's the forging fire. It's where the new Kilnkin are born and all that kind of stuff. It also doubles as their, like, equivalent of, like, a cathedral or temple or whatever to worship the fire itself. And Olmiksha. But you guys grind around and pull in, and again, this cavern goes up about 200 feet, and it is probably 1,000 feet in either direction, as a giant circular-esque shaped cavern. As you guys disembark and pull your wagons off, you see you cross over this bridge. Underneath of this bridge is a commuter train that connects around in a circle around all three districts. Vulcan and Jaden, you both would know that this is just the commuter rail to get around this city, this borough, super quick. If you go off to the right, you guys get to the market district, over towards the Adamantine Market. And if you go to the left, you guys will get to the Clay District, and dead ahead, first you'll run into a district known as the Alloy, which is where that very tall building is being built. And then behind that is the Kiln.
No, I think it'd probably be more along the lines of basic gawking at the actual construction and everything around, since we haven't been here.
Just taking everything in, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the left side and the right side of the road, you actually see two very large, about 12.5 or 13 foot tall, jade statues with tiger's eye gems for the eyes.
Ooh.
Don't touch you.
Oh.
Oh yeah, don't worry about them. That's just like our neighborhood cat deity. They just like prowl as treats, and they just make sure that everything's okay. But they be watching. They be watching, right? Like, so don't get you want to stay away, because the eyes will follow you. Is the thing. That's how you know it's a good piece of art, because the eyes will be watching you when you're walking. And so I try not to make too much eye contact, because they'll stress me out. But they're fine though. They're like there for good vibes, right?
And you just see Telissa's eyes just get wider as she's staring directly in their eyes.
Nah.
Jaden, I need you to roll a history check.
Yeah, looks oddly familiar to me somehow. Maybe I could just fail this. Oh dang it! I didn't fail. Got an 18.
Perfect. you know that when he says that those eyes are watching you, you actually remember from your studies that the spell Arcane Eye is actually cast upon each and every one of these gemstones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They
so much funnier that because
are
Volcan doesn't know
literally
that.
watching.
He straight up has just had heebie-jeebies for 30 years about these statues. He's just like,
Straight up, like,
I swear, I tell you what, they're always watching me. There was one time when I was tinkling between an alley, and I felt them looking over my way, and I zipped it up, and I found like a different spot because I was like, my bad, like maybe not here.
Yeah, they have a strange feeling about that. Definitely.
I
I
also,
care where you tinkle.
yeah, well, sometimes you gotta, when you gotta go, you gotta go. It's late at night.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
what?
I'll just give a hesitant wave.
Sauce just like bopping back and forth to see if the eyes actually follow her.
Oh, well,
And she's
no.
like making it like a game.
Roll
Yep.
an insight check for me, Sauce.
Okay.
17 or higher.
17 on the dot.
You're pretty sure they're actually following you. You're not 1,000% sure, but you're pretty fucking sure that these are you're dancing to the left. The eyes kind of roll
I
a
don't
little
know. I
bit.
think there's something more to it than like just it's like it follows. It's like it moves.
Yeah, I know. That's the heebie-jeebies, right? Like that's what you're
Is that like a
experiencing.
spell?
No, well, it's more like
Yeah. kind
it's
of.
like a feeling,
Yeah,
right?
kind of.
I mean, it's fine. We're not doing anything criminal, so.
Right. And then he'll just kind of go to push the cart, so we're like out of way, like he's starting to get like the heebie-jeebies, and he's starting to be like, I don't even want to be near this shit. And we'll push our carts a little, head further in. He goes, hey, my it's been a little while. I wouldn't mind, if we can kind of. I know we're not like the most discreet bunch, and we're trying to go somewhere. But like, I wouldn't mind swinging by my old house just to see if it's still standing. I just want to eyeball it, just like I don't know, maybe I don't want to deal with squatters, right? Like, let me just like if somebody's in there, I gotta clean them out because it's still my house, right? Like, I just want to see what's happening. You know what I mean?
How does one eyeball a house?
Well,
Yeah.
I just hit him.
Is it like that?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
But I like to hit him with a little more emphasis on the eyebrows. I'll just hit him with, like really exaggerate
Oh my
the
goodness.
eyebrows.
Statues with eyes that moves and houses with eyebrows. I don't like this place.
Like you, when you get smacked in the back of the head, your eyebrows go.
Yeah, that's what I like to
So
do
you're
when I
giving
go
the
to
house
eyeball.
eyebrows.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
they're my warning eyebrows, my attack eyebrows.
Now, when you say you're giving them the eyebrows, are you like making the eyebrows with your face parts, or are you putting the eyebrows on the house?
Well, I'm
Or both.
gonna make the eyebrows with my face.
Okay.
And then if I have to give somebody the eyebrows, that's usually right before I headbutt somebody.
So you're literally giving them the eyebrows because you're headbutting them. Got it.
Right. Give them the eyebrows. Pa-pow!
Yeah, have you never, went to fight somebody and be like, come at me, bro?
No.
Yeah.
It's that face
You
that you're
always
giving
win
them.
with a headbutt.
Yeah, it's the
I mean-
secret move. It's the finisher. They never see
Oh.
it coming.
You might want to avoid that on me. It might not work.
I'm just not gonna pick fights. I'm just not.
Archeminus comes up. So, yes, we have some business to do over in the Adamantine Market
Yes.
since we came this direction, and Kels and I will be headed that way. Here is a sending stone that you can reach us on when you are ready to leave this burrow.
Right?
Only when we're ready
Our-
to leave. What if we want to say hi? What if we miss you?
You can
What if something happens that you need to know about?
absolutely
What
tell
if we
us.
find a really good snack?
What if we
That
find a
would
really
be-
nice rock?
I found a rock.
Does this
All
also
of that-
send rocks?
All of that is useful information. Write it down. If you can't write, have someone write it for you, and I will be happy to look at it when we are on our way to the next location.
But what if it's like...
The quickest way out of the from here to Telissa is to go from here to Castamar proper, from Castamar proper to Brecken, and we can get from there to Breachhold and decide which direction from there. However, that is the quickest, but the choice is ultimately yours. We still have 34 days in order to get there on time, so we will go.
Right
Let us
on.
know when you're ready to leave. And he gets back in the wagon, and Kells whips it, and they head off towards the Adamantine Market.
Okay, bye.
Don't let them swindle you. Ask for 15% less.
Thank you for the update. I will be happy to use that.
Alright, well, if they're gonna head that way, they'll be alright. There's some characters in there, but they'll be alright. I've seen them. But yeah, we can hang a left up here on the old block. And, if with any luck, maybe... What time of day is it at this point?
We'll go ahead and say right around noon.
Right around noon? Alright, well, maybe I do know a pretty good bar around in my old neighborhood called the Gridiron, right? It's pretty good if we just want to stop by and drop bags for a little bit. That way we don't have to move so encumbered with our carts and our horses. We can saddle them up at the Gridiron there. And then I just want to pop by the old house just to make sure there's no squatters in there and see if I can't pick up anything that I'm missing.
What if there are standers in there?
Well, then they're gonna be
What about leaners?
whoa,
Leaning
Or
against the wall.
sitters?
What about
Or
spanners?
sleepers?
they're gonna be laying downers if I find anybody.
Floating.
They're gonna be deaders.
Oh, you want to avoid the floaters.
No, that's I hate it. That's like when you have like your sleep paralysis and like the float. I don't like the floaters. That's too much. After a night, too many drinks at the Gridiron, right?
Okay. So you guys push your way into the Clay District. As you guys are going through here, you do see some gnomes. You see dwarves, half-dwarves, humans. There's actually some elves, some Goliaths in here as well. You see one or two of these interesting-looking things that you guys are mistaking for walking pottery? Vulcan, you know these to be the Clin kit.
Yeah.
Jaden, you would know of them as well. But the other three of you, these look like walking pottery kilns.
Oh my god!
You have statues
We
of
all
that,
jump.
and then you have little
I don't understand what's going on. What are they?
you have, the pottery. That's the word. That's the word, and it's moving. Why is it
Okay.
moving?
All right. I know y'all are new here, but y'all are embarrassing me. Okay, these are all right. I know. And Volcan will look over towards the poor two Kilnkin that were they'll just awkwardly wave like, you know.
Have you met us though, Vulcan? Like what?
Yeah, but listen, listen.
Are you saying I have to use my inside voice?
Yeah, but
have an
Even
inside
though we're
voice.
outside?
I hear you guys. I know it's very exciting, new things, right? But like a smaller profile while moving through the residential area is
I'm
gonna be.
walk up as right in the middle of that sentence right there.
Just be like, hi, I'm Sauce.
Oh no.
So the one you walk up to is a 7-foot tall gray Clinkin. So they've got a domed head, 2 portholes that have little fires in them, and it's got gears for shoulders, and then it is entirely potterized. So anywhere there's a joint, there's some gear mechanisms, and aside from that, it's just clay ceramic pottery to form opposable fingers and all that kind of stuff.
They're kind of like anthropomorphized buff BB-8s.
I love those.
Yes, that's exactly. But again, imagine like the steampunk vibe, and right in the middle of this one is a very large jade stone. Right here in the middle.
I'm going to use Druidcraft and make a little bit of flowers because she's only seen flower pots before. So she's thinking maybe they're sad because they don't have any flowers.
Conrad's just gonna hide under his plate.
Be like, hi, I'm Sauce. Do you like flowers? Because I'm gonna make you some. Unless you say no right now. Flower consent.
Why, yes. Why, yes. Yes, I do. As they actually grow flowers in the palm of their hand.
I do that. I match.
Druidcraft itself.
Telissa is completely like flabbergasted and tries to like scramble up Sauce so she can get a better look.
Just hanging onto her horns. Sauce is just now like a little. Oh,
they're replicating fucking Archimedes and Kells.
We are the cultivators. We are called the Zarats. Zarats. We are the cultivators within the city. We grow the food. We create all the food necessary for those who live here. It's one of the
That's
few
neat.
reasons.
That's also probably like a lot of pressure.
Pressure is relative.
That's true.
As it tilts its head to the side,
You're
under
neat.
immense pressure, even coal turns to diamond.
That's true. Vulcan, I like these. They're cool. I like it here.
I want to adopt one.
I'm sorry I interrupted your sentence. I was really, really intrigued. I had to.
Can we adopt you? What's your name? You have a name, right?
We are the Zarats. Zarats do not get a name.
Would you like one?
Yeah.
Zarats have no need for a name.
Okay.
Zarats are Zarats.
Interesting.
Sounds like it's gonna be hard to adopt this one.
Volcan's gonna walk up and just kind of give like a customary greeting of like bringing like his two fists together, and then just get like kind of gives him like a little bow and is like, "Sorry, cultivator, these guys are new here, but you know." Always good to see y'all keeping up with the food and the produce and just helping, you know, with all of the people not starving, right?
They drop the flower wilts back into its hand, puts both fists together, and does the same bow back to you.
And
we appreciate your service.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Anything for all, for children of the earth, right? We all come from old Zaratan, so no worries. We all share the earth together, as do my friends. And we're gonna be on our way now, because we got places to be. But
of course, Lord Espiritu.
I appreciate y'all. Right on.
And they immediately turn right and start marching over toward where there's a very large grove of trees that they are now walking towards.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. Anyway, back to the cart. Let's go. We gotta saddle these up. Yeah. No. We just need it. We're gonna go and saddle up our cart. At the gridiron, right? And then that way we don't have to carry it around.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Telissa's gonna take note of that and not say anything immediately, but she's gonna take note of that.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Right, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now so far so good. Just, we don't want to introduce ourselves to everybody we see because we never know who we're gonna run into, right? Sick. Right on. Okay, let's go. Come on. Uncharacteristically kind of shepherding people to move faster through the residential district.
Roll a perception check for me, Volcan. Because you're on alert.
Yeah.
You know where you are.
Right. I have one 1 point of inspiration that I'm willing to use. I'm saying that now. I'm not fucking around in this neighborhood, okay? Yeah, it's a 2. I'm rolling right now. I dropped my dice. I'm freaking out. Hang on. I'm stressing. That's a nat 20. Yes, let's go.
Woo!
Let's go.
So there is a very large Goliath walking around with a deep red tattoo on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That is a triangle
Yep.
with a circle around it. And you recognize that as a stage 2 of the Fuego.
Understood. Are they like just at like a commons area, or are they like
Right now they're just walking through,
just vibing,
the
just
streets.
through the streets,
They
just
don't seem to notice you.
yeah. No, I'll just kind of nonchalantly because Sauce is significantly larger than Volcan. Volcan will like kind of press up against your hip a little. It's kind of like with inclination to like push you, but also he's kind of hiding his body just a little bit. And then kind of
Sauce thinks you're trying to do a playful little hip bump, and she'll do like one little back.
Can we roll strength checks?
Sure.
Wait,
Sure, if you want to.
and I'm still on Sauce probably, so I need to also roll strength to hold on, right? Depending.
You would be dexterity to hold on.
Okay, I'll roll dex.
So, Eric, would I be able to do a perception check to see if anyone's following me or us, since we are in a new area?
You can absolutely do a perception check to see if anyone is following you from essentially the stuff you've learned about. Yeah. Now that you know that Daddy's after you.
Yeah, and as we're walking, can I just look very intimidating? Like, I'm with this group. Like, don't mess with us.
She gets bigger automatically, and we're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I just grow slightly
I
more.
can make that happen. I have been large produce. I can make that happen.
Sauce, what was your strength roll?
14.
14. All right. You hip check me back, and Volcan looks up at you like this bitch.
And she immediately realizes, oh, that was not the okay.
And I rolled a dirty 20, and I flying hip bump you. Get you moving.
And I have, I got a 23 total to hang on, so I'm
You're
good.
hanging on.
Yeah.
You had to grab onto Sauce's horns because that did rock you and Sauce a bit. Because the dirty 20 is not an easy thing to survive. But with 23 decks, you're good.
I'm dense. There's a lot of muscle in this little man.
With that, I'm just kind of scootle back down and be like, okay, maybe solid ground's good for now.
Scoodle?
Scootle, yeah.
What the fuck is Scoodle?
It's like,
Like a little scoodle.
yeah.
Shimmy in a scoot.
It like what Zoidberg would do. He would do a little scoodle.
You mean a scuttle?
No, it's
cuter.
different.
Yeah.
It's cuter.
And
There's an umlaut above the U.
Jaden.
Conrad is like
11.
11?
Yeah.
So you haven't tested this out, but when you go to stretch yourself out, you become thinner, which makes you less intimidating than you originally thought. But you are 8 foot tall. So you're tall, you get a good bird's eye view of most people in here. But it's the same, it's typical people you would expect in the Clay district of this of the city, of this borough.
Sick.
And Conrad, what was your perception?
19.
No one following you that you can tell.
Dope.
I mean, there's people behind you because you're in a crowd. You're in a crowded borough, but
it just as we're moving, just as is perhaps relevant, my level 2 feature for Pugilist, which has been at play in Volcan's backstory and probably through his life here, but is for narrative explanation. I have the Street Smart feature, where carousing, shadowboxing, and sparring count as light activity for the purposes of resting for me. Once I have caroused in a settlement for 8 hours or more, I know it as if I was born and raised there and can't be lost by non-magical means. So I know this city like the back of my hand.
before or after the Emperor?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I can't. How much has the city changed in 6 months?
It's been 6 months. There's been you are noticing that there are some differences, but most of it is that there's a new slum. There's a new section of town that looks like it's been burned down, and people are starting to move back in. And it's off to the left-hand side where it's actually the nicer part of town, which is a little interesting.
In the Clay District?
In the Clay District.
Okay.
It's larger single-family homes instead of like the row houses and apartments and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting. All right. I kind of clock it. I imagine Volcan's... Well, I mean, I might have had a nice house at my peak. Ah, shit. Okay. Well, I might have had a nice house, though. That's why I'm worried about squatters. Wait, hang the fuck on. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's make our way to the gridiron and still park our stuff. Yeah, let's still park our stuff.
So you're going down this main street. On the left-hand side, you're seeing those 1 or 2 burned houses. You see up right ahead, you actually see you see the sign of an iron ingot that actually has grid marks along it, like you would see on graph paper. So it's the gridded iron. But there's a two character space because it used to be called the gridded iron, but over time the ED in the middle faded away, so it's now actually just the gridiron.
Right, yes, yeah. Sick. Right on. Okay. Sometimes they may not be open quite yet, but sometimes I might be able to flag down the owner or somebody. Like I do an investigative kind of peek to see if anybody's home.
The only person you see inside is a tiefling gentleman who looks like they're putting the place together.
Do I recognize him?
You recognize him as the son of the owner.
Okay.
He's got very pale, like almost pinkish complexion because he's been underground for his life, so he's a little paler. But he's still got a good pinkish hue to him, and he's got just actually more like almost like a bone color horns.
Okay.
Coming off of his skull, but they're very slick back horns, so they hold really tight to the head, and sometimes get lost in his shaggy hair, which is sort of like a dark black.
Right coloration. On. Okay. I'll kind of rap on the door to see if they'll come to the door and open it. Hey, y'all, one sec. Let me talk to this guy real quick. But
as you get to the door, you actually see a triangle carved in the door that was not there the last time.
Are you scared of triangles?
Oh, no. I have history with triangles, and it's the pointed edges that you gotta watch out for.
That one's in a door. There's no pointed edges.
Still gonna knock?
I am gonna knock. I am gonna give this a little tap. but I'm gonna like kind of gesture for everybody to kind of hang back for a little. Just like let me talk. I want to talk to this guy for a second. Let me see what happening around here.
He opens the door just a little bit.
I will remind you that I have some goofy disguise from our last episode. Okay. Okay. Hi. It's been a while since I've been in town. I'm looking for old man Ironjaw. You seen him around?
The thing is, he no longer runs this place. I do. And you see on him, he's got a black eye and a small little piece of metal on the left side of his jaw, where it's like been fixed. I do.
Oh, well, who are you, son? I know the owner. What happened to it? What's up? Sorry, you mind if I park my stuff right here? I used to pay a little fee just to hitch my stuff.
Of course, Papa always charged just 10 gold.
Yeah, no worries, man. And I'm gonna like.
Then come on in. You and your friends can come on in.
I'll look over my shoulder and kind of like gesture for everyone to come on in and like follow me with my head. And I'll kind of like maybe a little too familiar-y kind of push into the door and take a look around. How does the place look?
It looks like it's been cleaned up.
You got it.
Roll a perception check for me so I know the precise amount of detail.
Sure. With my +1, let's go. 16 + 1, 17.
Okay. You see a fair amount of this detail. So, because you're used to this place, you know that it had metal tables with metal wood type, very very much like bohemian styled seating, like you would see in the new like gentrified areas in towns and stuff. That still very much that steampunky feel. However, the center column post at the very top is newly welded to the ceiling, and the floor is newly welded to the floor. Like this entire center post, has been replaced.
Like the center support beam had been damaged.
Correct. Like the center support beam had been entirely damaged. The wooden bar has evidence of some light charring. And some of the you see some larger shards of glass that have been like swept under tables or into a pile.
I'm gonna be like, sorry, you mind? I guess you've done some remodeling, yeah? The new paint looks nice. And he'll kind of walk over to the bar and he'll set down 20 gold pieces. And goes, would just mind if I take a little time and just reorientate myself. It's been a minute, but like I like what y'all done with the place. Was sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was it?
Astral Ironjaw. You said you're from here?
Yeah. I grew up in these parts. I've been away on business for a little while. Was hoping to see some familiar faces, but I see there's some redecorating that's been happening.
Yeah. It's nothing major, nothing major at all. And as he says nothing major at all, the other four of you come on in after parking the horses and the cart, and you just see this right around 5.5 foot tall tiefling working behind probably about a 4.5 foot bar. And the seating here is obviously designed for significantly shorter people, with the exception of the actual high top, which is an entire 2 foot raised section that's on the other side, designed for the taller clientele, such as the Goliaths. Accessibility, because it's important.
Oh, well, you mind getting a round of drinks for me and my friend? Just, town fare is fine. Just a little taste of home would be nice, and if they won't have any, I'll drink theirs. You know what I mean?
Taste of home for everybody?
Yeah, taste of home,
Yeah.
please. We'll just get seated up at the high top here, and when you're ready, just come on by. We're just gonna get the lay of the land here, come up with a plan. You don't worry about nothing, Asteriel.
Yes, sir. And if you just tap the jade in the middle, it'll show you a map of the town, and you can see where you're at and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
New technology just came in from Telissa.
Well, it's nice to move up in the world, I suppose.
Especially out here in the boonies in Pyrrus.
Right.
Turns
Well.
around and starts pouring five different brews, because he doesn't know which one you guys like, so he's just pouring 5 different beers into mugs designed for a dwarven constitution.
I approve.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yup.
Can I do a vibe check to see if is just him in here getting ready, or if there's kind of any back of house activity?
If you guys want, you guys can. I'm gonna say probably insight would be your best one here.
It's the same.
Dirty 20.
Beautiful. I love that sauce intuition.
I got an 8 on this one because I'm enjoying the taste
Everything's
of home.
fine, Vulcan. Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
everything's
It's
fine.
perfectly normal.
Place is on fire.
Was
15.
15. Okay.
You said what are we doing? Insight?
Insight.
Insight. Vibe check.
Uh-huh.
See how kosher everything is.
I got a 23.
23.
Jesus Christ. I got a 16.
Okay. Vulcan, everything's fine.
Right.
Everything is absolutely fine.
Right. Because this beer is delicious.
Uh-huh. Everyone from a 15 to 19. The new welding, the mixture of new and old and stuff like that is a little off-putting, but it doesn't indicatively show that anything is wrong or out of the ordinary. If you just did a renovation, it would all make sense. All of that would track with renovation. There might be some people still in the back doing some renovation in the back, maybe, but nothing is overtly showing danger signs.
When Astral brings her drinks, I want to ask. So I noticed there's quite a bit of fires around town. That's kind of unusual, given that most of the houses are made of clay. Is some kind of like a restructuring, kind of gentrifying with all the new tech? What's going on?
And that is what cues the other two into your 20 pluses. Because he brings this tray of 5 drinks, sets it on the table, looks and does that look over your shoulder like you do when something is not, is it right? He looks over his shoulder to the left, towards the back, towards the bar in the kitchen. He looks toward the right, towards the front door, and he kind of cranes his head a little out towards the window. And Oh, no, everything's just fine. It's just a little.
I'm gonna telepathy
It's
with
just
him.
It's just the new stuff going on.
I'm gonna telepathy with him.
Is it? Are you like not safe to like say what you're trying to say? Oh, hi, I'm Sauce, by the way. I'm the one with the horns and the white hair and all the like the little fun things and trinkets and stuff. Hello.
He keeps his composure. People don't go in people's heads like that. He's like all the time.
Zero social boundaries.
Perfectly fine. So in his head, when you jump in there for a second, you see fire all around. And he's standing in the middle of this whirlwind of fire and flame. And you see behind him, in his own mind, you see the face of a dwarven male with fire engine red hair. And for just a moment, it looks like the flames have eyes. And hard rock-like material inside the flames. Almost like magma? And he's like, no, they're always watching.
That's okay. They're not always listening, and we're inside your head right now. So I'm just getting my drink.
They're always watching.
As an aside, I would like to finish my first drink, which is the primer. Feeling refreshed with the taste of home. I have a Constitution score of 3, so Astral, you mind getting me a second drink? That was just a warm up, right? Like I just,
Telissa's gonna take a sip of hers and pass Volcan immediately her drink. Because she doesn't have the palate for it yet,
Well, before you pass that, go ahead and roll a d10. Let's see how it tasted for you. Scale of 1 to 10. This is from somewhere different, and you liked the glitter dust.
I mean, that's very true.
She, is she acquiring the taste?
Yeah, she...
By the time we're done traveling, she'll be...
Yes. Regular old drum.
What'd she get?
That's a 10.
This was the perfect brew for you.
Oh.
It's like honey, and it's like a good honey mead, but it's heavy on the honey. It's a very sweet yet alcoholic drink.
She's still not gonna drink it, because she got that 23. She's just gonna try and slowly figure out how to tell Vulcan maybe we need to not stay here as long. But she's trying to formulate that in her brain. So she didn't pass the drink, but she wanted to because it tastes too good. But yeah, she's trying to formulate. Hey, red flags, warning bells that she doesn't normally get are going off.
The hair on the back of your neck.
Yeah.
Right. Well, look. You don't have to drink all of it, right? You can I feel like you're being weird with the drink. You can go to hand it to me, but then you're holding on to it. Well, how about I just have a sip, right? I just taste some of it, and then sorry, Astral, I don't. Let me find out what this tastes like, because this person's being strange about it. But
I think it's fine. I changed my mind. I'll keep it. Nope, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, all right, yeah, Astral, can you get me a second round? Actually, I'll have what she's having, right?
Yeah, the honey cider.
Yeah, I'll have one of that, because it evidently is delicious. All right, and we're just gonna take a quick glance at the map here, real quick.
Of course. Of course. He takes his empty tray up under his shoulder, grabs your empty mug. Was anyone else finished with their first drink?
Yeah, I would have finished with mine.
Yep.
Yeah, Sauce is probably done with hers.
Okay, so he doesn't put the thing under his arm, he holds it out and puts the 4 empty drinks and carries it back. Honey cider's all around?
Sure.
Yeah, one for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. And he goes back and he starts to pour some honey ciders as you guys get to do some talking and some discussion.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna message into Vulcan's head and kind of just relay what my findings, so to speak, were when I bopped in Astro's tiefling?
Astoril.
Astro's head.
Yeah, so something's like always watching. I don't know what that means.
But very making a point to like not say this verbally, which is very difficult for her.
Am I able to respond back mentally?
You may reply to this message.
Right, okay. So the thing is I noticed the glyph on the door is part of my old gang that I used to enforce for.
So you're not scared of triangles.
Right, no. It's symbolism. It's symbolism. But like I used to be real close with Old Man Ironjaw here, because on the counter when I would come here to celebrate after my glorious wins, because I used to, be like a boxer in the city, but like, whoa, who watching, right? Like, you got because I'm not scared of just anybody, right?
We didn't get much elaboration, but there was some flames with eyes, which I don't like that because there's statues with eyes, and now there's fire with eyes. There's too many eyes. There's too many eyes. And there was a guy that was kind of like you, but he had fire red hair, and like he bad vibes. Did not like bad touch. You may reply to this message.
Yeah, that's probably the Dawn that runs this syndicate here. Don Magnus, he's a real bastard. He burned up my arms. And he kind of like flexes his hands. But we're not trying to tangle with him right now. Like, I just okay,
Oh,
well.
no, I'm very much trying to tangle with him. He messed with my friend.
Right, well, we don't want to call attention, right? Like, I will get even, right? But like, I don't want people caught in the crossfire, right? So,
we all did, or at least most of us did, agree to help one another around the fire not too long ago, didn't we?
right. Well, yeah, right, but is this boy coming back with our second round of drinks?
Yeah. Astro comes back with the second round.
Hey, Astro, I noticed you got that shiner on your face there, boy. Did your father not teach you the fundamentals?
Do you want help with it?
He taught me the fundamentals, but it's hard when there's four of them.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Alright.
opposed to me
It
trying
threatened
to
to
help?
kill your daddy.
Oh my! This just keeps accelerating. I'm trying to fix your face, sir. Can I help?
If you think you can.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cure wounds him first level.
Some of the bruising goes away, but it's still there. But it's like, instead of being like a 2-day-old bruise, it starts to fade into that like greenier color that a bruise does when it's on its way towards being healed. It's just painful. It's just a bruise at this point.
I said, well, we're gonna get out of your hair here because I know you're getting ready for the day. But
Wait, you can't just casually drop that someone is trying to kill your dad and then not tell us the whole story. Like, that's just like one little piece of lore. Now we need the rest of it.
Yeah, I have to
Very-
agree.
Saus, there's only probably we don't mean to step into your business,
Oh,
Astro.
yeah, that too, I guess. Fine. Unless you want us.
Mm-hmm. Unless you want us.
What I think I think maybe I can, if I know you're getting ready and I can tell you a little skittish, but I just maybe I can teach you just a little piece of advice before we finish these drinks and head on out. And I want to like step away from the table. And I want to be like, let me see your stance, Astral. Let me see your fundamentals.
So he then takes it. He actually pulls up a decent, actually more of like a monk type style fighting fighting style, as opposed to your straight like I'm a get in there. So he's a little bit more on the dexterous side.
I kind of like appraise it, and I I want to correct his body language to be more of like a tight square, to bring the elbows in, instead of like a monk-like back right foot, to kind of more of a square, tighter stance. And I'm trying to impart upon him the basics of let's see.
Fisticuffs pugilism.
It is my level 2 Moxie feature. It is, as a bonus action, I can burn 1 Moxie point to roll my Fisticuffs, or maybe Monk die, plus Pugilist, plus Con modifier, and gain that many temporary hit points. So I'm trying to teach him a more defensive stance to generate temp HP. But I think part of me doing that is that my stance is iconic.
It gives you away.
I think part of that is my stance is iconic, in the tight kind of square frame, using the elbows to defend. And I'm just trying to impart on him how to better defend himself. And I all right, now bring your shoulders in, elbows up. Don't be afraid to use your elbow on the offense and defense, right? You want to keep 8 points of contact, so fists, elbows, knees, and feet. Your whole, and then if they got you on the ropes, don't forget the finisher, the headbutt. Best unarmed strike you got.
The points help.
I'm gonna say this: roll a charisma check for me. This is essentially your whether or not he's going to notice who you are by how you're doing this and how you're talking, because you're in that weird disguise.
Right.
That's disguising you enough, but you're now talking your technique, and technique is is indicative of the fighter.
Okay.
If he's been to fights, he would know.
Is it flat charisma?
It's just honestly just roll an intimidation.
Intimidation, okay.
Yeah, that's probably your most accurate one. It's
right.
Your stance. It's your technique.
Not super awesome. That was a 7. I rolled a 4 plus 3.
You actually didn't want high.
Oh, okay. I'm picturing like that Overwatch skit of like, you're one of those heroes, and not anymore.
So he doesn't recognize, possibly because he hasn't been into the arena, or he hasn't seen you fight or anything like that. But he's like, is this from the kilns? Is this the kiln style? This sounds very
yeah,
Kilnian.
No, I picked up the fundamentals from the Kilnkin. Yeah. My old gym used to be up that way. But I imagine, I don't know if it's probably still there, but yeah, no, I picked up some things back in the day.
Oh, okay. I'd love to learn more if you could come back and teach me tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be in town. I'm actually gonna see if I have any old friends still in town, see if I could bunk up anywhere. But if I'm still in town, I'll stop by in the morning. If we spend the night, I'll stop by and we can work on the old 1-2 before I leave. All right?
Oh, okay. The Church of Erastus is taking people in if you need it, especially those who are displaced by the fires.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well,
yeah, those fires are crazy. They've been crazy lately.
Happening just lately, or for, how long have they been happening?
6 months.
At that, Vulcan is a noticeable, like, that one wasn't smooth on him. 6 months. Right. Okay. Well, look, man, Astril, don't forget to keep your head tucked down into your shoulders, because this is the button. And he kind of gestures to the schnoz, where he has this goofy, like, paint on his beard and all of, like, the glitter and stuff. He goes, right here, this is the button. This is the off button. And don't let them catch you on the button, because it's lights out, right? Just
So catch them on the button.
catch them on the button. Don't forget to brace up. All right?
Okay,
I
I got it.
Alright.
I got it. I'm gonna kick their ass next time. Don Magnus, I'm not afraid of you. As he goes back to open up his bar and start dealing with the rest of his opening. He's like, I ain't afraid of Don Magnus no more. Thank you, sir. I
right, man.
appreciate you.
And if you're outnumbered, keep your back to the wall. All right? Okay.
If I'm outnumbered, die. Got it.
Good kid. Good heart. Good kid.
He looks like he's a good 20-something years old.
Yeah.
Like, he's still a kid, but he's
Heart's in the right
adult.
place.
He's adulty enough. Yeah.
Heart's in the right place. All right. Well, as he, like, once he walks away and we're finishing these round of drinks. All right, friends. So yeah. So I used to run with the crew, and about 6 months ago, I was supposed to take a fall for like a rigged fight, like a championship kind of fight, because I was kind of a name in these parts, right? But I didn't, and so the fella's name is Don Magnus, and he lost quite a bit of money, and I had to skip town, and my buddy, my training coach, who's a Klinkin, his name's Prometheus. I don't know what happened to him, but he helped me get out of town, and he said he was going back for my mom's to get her out of town. And this Don Magnus fella is just a real kind of scorched earth kind of guy, and I guess he's been terrorizing the town looking for me since I left, on account of the timing of the fires and destroying some of the nicer houses, which I had just bought. Like, I just paid that all. Like, I can't believe so we're not
Then
trying
maybe
to.
going home isn't the best idea.
Well, I kind of just want to check on the Church of Morassus, because I heard that, like, he said that there are people that have been displaced or are taking shelter there, and I just want to make sure, like, my people are okay, you know?
Or we could start a riot.
Okay, now, I was leaning towards the other thing, but now that sounds pretty good.
We can make them all friends, because... And then we could be the fire friends, and then we could all have secret handshakes, and then, the guy with all the red... That guy.
Magnus, yeah,
Yeah,
Magnus.
that one. We'll just be like, I don't have friends. I'm gonna leave.
A
And
friendship
reconsider my
riot.
actions.
No, we
I
should.
like it.
We should best him with the power of friendship. That would be
Friendship
excellent.
riot.
But he doesn't get friends. I don't want him to have friends, which is really mean.
Okay,
But
all
he's
right.
not ready yet.
You're making me a little anxious, Sauce,
But
because
we-
you're talking. Yeah, just a little, like, just a little, like, right, like.
We create a friendship riot against him. I follow.
Shh,
Yeah, we just
right,
fuck him up.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
With the
Jade,
power of
Yes.
friendship.
I need you to roll me a perception check retroactively, now that this has been stated,
Mhm.
and that you kind of have an idea of something else. This is your memory on what you've seen as you were going through the Clay District.
A 15.
Good enough. That's exactly what you needed. Okay, so as you guys were going through the Clay District, you noticed a distinct lack of proper guards.
Mm-hmm.
There were, once you guys got into town, and you saw that there were guards down the center street, straight down to the alloy, and towards the market district. You saw guards all over the place. Now that you're down here, there's none of them.
Which angers me slightly.
You're the only person wearing guard armor in the area that you've seen. So it might be, the odds are there might be one other or two others.
All right. Well, maybe we can just, like, grab essential packs out of our carts, right? They'll probably be fine with Astral here. I don't want to stay too long and make trouble for the boy, but I would like to stop by my old house to see if it's still there, because I just bought it, right? And then, maybe I can make my way to the Church of Morasses, and then we can check on the rest of the team. We can check on make sure they're doing okay in the Adamantine district.
Yeah, is that temple here in this section?
There's one in the Clay District, yeah.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
The good news is, Vulcan, your disguise so far has seemed to be working. Because you've met this boy before.
Didn't quite catch.
And he didn't catch on.
Right on.
So whatever it is working, and people are having a harder time recognizing you.
Right. Okay. Alright, well, if everybody's ready, we can grab essentials and kind of make our way through the Clay District if everybody's done with their drinks.
Yeah, we should prepare for trouble. Maybe make it double.
Right.
You need a double? I got you. Or Astral starts pouring you double drink.
Nice. I probably will. You know what? One
go?
Yeah, one more for me, real quick, as we head out the door.
You got it. And he pours a single for Vulcan and a double for Jaden. Anyone else want one more to go?
No, thank you.
Do you have a to-go cup?
Sure. And he pours
Double.
another one for Sauce.
Hey, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, Conrad will definitely.
Conrad's gonna take a double. Pours Conrad a double.
Yeah, how much do we owe you for the drinks?
I put 20 gold on the counter.
Oh, I thought that was a bribe.
That was 3 for Vulcan. So Vulcan, you're at 3.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden, you're at 3 now.
Mhm.
No, you're at 4 because
I'm
this
at
is
4,
a double.
Because of the double.
Does that put you over your con modifier?
Yeah, it would. I have
Okay.
advantage on poisons.
That's okay. I'm verifying whether
Yeah.
or not you have to roll. You
Mhm.
will have to roll. You'll get advantage. Sauce, you're at 2. This is gonna be your 3rd.
I have +3.
Okay.
She's tanky.
Conrad, this will be your 3rd as well. You should still be good, right?
I got a 4.
And Telissa, you've had 1.
Yeah, I'm still attempting
Half
to.
of 1, but
Yes, it's half a 1. She's still attempting, but she's
It's
also she's got the pricklies in the back of her neck. So yeah.
oh yeah. No, I'm verifying to make sure who has to roll and who doesn't. Jaden, I do need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Saving throw. An 11 with advantage.
boy.
Oh jeez.
She's
So-
jelly, literally turning into jelly.
Yes.
Good, because
So-
Sauce had no idea how to bring that up.
You're gonna have disadvantage for an hour
Do we
on your mental stats.
do we pool her in a bucket and carry?
No, she
Oh
can
my
still hold
God.
it together. She's not that far gone.
Okay.
I assume that I probably still shrink down though.
Yeah,
At
you're
least
back down
at-
to your normal size.
At least at 3 feet.
But otherwise, everything else seems like it's that you're that little bit of tipsy, but it's a nice level drunk where it's like you're feeling it, but it's all good,
Yeah, this doesn't happen normally.
right?
Yeah, I tell you. Now, I see you're a little wobbly. Jaden. So you're right, but you gotta tell me if you start seeing the floaters, right? You gotta. Okay, just be cool, right? Don't panic, because they can see it. But as we get back to our carts, Vulcan's just grabbing as far as hey, anybody got a lantern? I have torches in my pack, but do we have anybody have an actual lantern by any chance?
Let me
That's a
roll
solid
something.
question.
Oh, yeah. I'll with
I feel like
I'll just make a starry wisp in the air.
with one of the pseudopods, I'll just reach into my backpack and then pull out the lantern and hand it to him.
I
Wait,
feel like
So Jaden, you just grow a 3rd arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is the first
Lord.
time you guys have seen this at all.
I rolled a d20 to see it was a natural one, so I figure it's bad
Oh,
enough
yes,
tipsy to be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go. Yeah, I got one.
perfect.
What in the Zaratan is there? What? Nah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm a little, but other than that,
But you just literally just.
Right.
I
Wow.
think you broke the child.
yeah, I do that sometimes.
You just randomly do that sometimes?
How many times? How many?
Is that a tail?
No, it's not a tail. It's like a. Oh, you know how frogs can eject their tongues? It's kind of like that.
I'm
not a master of anatomy, but that did not come out your mouth.
Can I
not a tongue.
Can I
Madam.
appraise the lantern? Is it just filled with slime, or like?
It is at first, and then you just see the little bit of that ooze immediately just shoot back to Jaden and reform with her. Since you're actually paying attention to it.
Do you need that back?
I mean, it goes back inside. Yeah.
No, but when we're done with the lantern, do you need that back?
No.
All right, I'm gonna take
No, he
my.
can keep it if he wants.
I'm gonna take my.
It's not made of ooze. The lantern's not made of ooze. It's made of the metal. It's just she kind of was keeping it in there.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. Yeah.
Okay,
keep it safe.
because I'm assuming we're
oil's flammable.
in a pretty
You can see
reasonably
The wheels
well.
turning.
How is the lighting? Let me ask. How's the lighting on the outside of the bar? In the Clay District?
It's pretty okay. I mean, you've got the street lights that are
Yeah.
are on and up,
Like
but
torch.
it's not as well lit as the Kiln District or the Adamantine Markets.
Understood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm taking my +1 Sparkly Great Club, right? But then I'm gonna hook the lantern onto it, make sure it has oil, right? That it's functional for use. But I'm gonna hook my lantern onto it to emulate the symbol of Yacha, the god of commerce, to kind of be we're traveling traders, right? I'm just gonna give us that vibe. I'm not gonna light the lantern because this is a sparkly club and I don't want to attract so much attention unless it gets dark.
Light.
Right. I'm not trying to disco light us.
I
Okay.
had fireflies ready to go.
Okay.
I was like, all right.
But as we're
This is back in the Feywild, just
Yeah.
rave. Woo!
yeah, as we're grabbing pack, I'll hoist my +1 Sparkly Club and hook the lantern onto it,
Perfect.
the little, what's it called when the little, with the little sack and stick and kind of like that vibe, but that's kind of
The shepherd's crook type of deal.
yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm going with, but I'm doing that with the intention of emulating Yacha as we kind of make our way through, I guess, the fired down part of the Clay District, because I'm heading towards my house now.
All right. So as you take a left and then a right and then a left, and you go straight through a couple intersections, you see an entire row that was straight up torched. On there, you see a triangle with a circle and a couple other lines through it to show whoever did this used the entire brand with Baki Fuego. Unlike other places you've seen, this was a full master burn.
Well, I'll kind of put my hands on the charred clay that at this point would be overly brittle. And I go, well, I guess they sent in the big guns looking for me. Honestly, I'd be offended if they hadn't.
And you notice there's a smoke cloud. Your house is to the right, but there's a smoke coming from the left. Back a couple of streets.
Yeah. Further into the Clay District.
Further into the Clay District.
Because I imagine my house, if it's off to the right, then that heads towards the alleyway center part of town. So that makes sense. So, would I know in which I should know in which direction the Church of Morassus is?
The church is towards the right. Is towards the left.
Towards the left.
I can't believe they're
Towards that smoke a little bit further.
Sure.
I can't believe they're cowards.
Well,
So,
Right.
Eric, would my character know any about these symbols that we keep seeing? Since I technically have a lot of them.
So here's the fun part. You recognize the triangles. You recognize the triangle with a circle. You don't recognize the higher up symbols because only full fuegos.
But I could probably guess.
But you could. It's easily deducible. But you
Okay.
guys are obviously dealing with some kind of big fire-based gang.
Where are the guards?
how close? Am I close to my old house, or would it be a
It's like honestly, it'd be like a city block away.
city block? I'm gonna do a cursory pass by the house to check it out. I want to see it.
Okay. You get there, and your windows are broken.
Mm-hmm.
Inside your house, it was rummaged through, looted through. Anything that was precious or valuable has been stolen. It was not burned. Because if you remember correctly, Don Magnus presumed you dead. He has no reason to think you're still alive.
Right.
However, it's open season on all your shit.
Right.
So your coffee makers are gone, your TV is gone.
That rat
like,
bastard!
all that type of expensive shit, gone.
All that bacon.
You know how hard?
Your fridge of
Not my
bacon is
not my
gone.
fantasy bacon. Not my fantasy bacon. That fucking bastard. He'll rue the day.
But again, remember, you would have known this too. He assumed you were dead.
Yeah, I don't think he would go to enter the house in the middle of broad daylight. He just wanted to see the state of the house, and see that it's clearly been ransacked and destroyed, but the house is intact.
Yeah, and there's a couple other houses nearby that are in similar condition. But you know that Don Magnus never makes it look like anyone was targeted, but that an area was targeted.
Understood.
So you know that your house was the main target because of your history.
Mhm.
However, there's enough others around that it looks like it was just a more random act of plunder. But everyone else seems to be unfazed, and they're just going about their day like it's been there for a minute.
Yeah, it's been like that for a minute. Alright, I don't want to call a scene to it right now, but I'm probably going to stop by in the middle of the night, is what I'm telling myself. But I'm not going to do it in the middle of the day. I say, yeah, looks like they done fucked up my house.
Do you want to see if anyone is doing the squats inside?
You know what? I would love it if not me, could eyeball it. Like, I don't want to draw too much attention, but if somebody could be
I saw
discreet.
30 walking off towards it.
Okay, all right. Vulcan immediately presses hands to temples, like, shit.
She's like doing it like kind of like very Scooby-Doo like, because he said to have a low profile, so she's like trying to.
Oh my god, she's trying to sneak in the middle of the day
She's
towards it.
tiptoeing.
Jaden, as you're walking through, a young 10-year-old child runs up to you. They're half Goliath, half dwarf. Just runs up to you and starts. You're a guard, right?
Yeah.
The temple's on fire.
Head that way.
All the people they were helping, they locked the doors. They barred the doors. The temple's on fire. Can you help?
I'm already on it.